Not sure I want to do this one today, but screw it. Why not? Try these now, see if they do any good. So far, I'm not over it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, you're kidding. Well, I've only got 2 left. It is what it is. Giving it the best shot I have. And then a bit of coffee. Might as well. I get some more orange shit. Work on that later. Anyway. Now, I was listening to a podcast again, and this is nothing against that podcast. It's an awesome podcast. But they did mention credentials. Most of the people talking about stuff they critique, they don't have the credentials for. Oddly enough, I do have that. Let's start. Here's the Joe Kubert World of Cartooning. That's one I have in inking. One I have in story graphics. Under the other name, so we won't be showing the first name because that's the work name and you don't need to know the work name. Superheroes. Well, anyway, I have more there around here somewhere. But I have actually completed the World of Cartooning Correspondence course. As you can tell from these certificates of completion. And yes, there was in penciling and whatnot, so I have actually studied that. I also went to the Art Institute of Houston. Yes, that's in Texas. I know the other name, so it was a different time, different place. Anyway, so I have actually studied those things. 2 years at the Art Institute of Houston in what is called multimedia, and a 3rd year at USL. I refuse to call it U of L. It is a stupid name, so we're calling it USL. Now, I don't have a degree in those like I do from the inking thing, the drawing and the penciling and stuff. I even still have my ruler. But I did learn editing. Of course, that was all analog back in the day. We didn't really use online editing or anything like that. And we still sat there with the little sheet. We had like this scene here, that scene there, where we put these scenes together, because we never shot anything in order, because it's just not the way it was done. So we sat there with the different pieces and put them together to make it look like the film we wanted. Mostly short films, and sometimes I would do that. I also did acting at a little local theater thing way back when. It was like, yeah, minor member of the cast, but I made an impression, so I became the main cast member, and they let me direct too, so. I've also done stagehand work for a few things at USL, because we had like a program on how to do, that, and I did auditioning, and I did alright. I did a few things from Virginia Woolf. I'm not going to say who I played, but it was an auditioning class, so you would pick a monologue, you would do the monologue, and act. See, I don't really do that on here. I don't get into the specifics of acting and emoting and what school of acting each person is from. Because it's not really what this is about. I even went to do an audition to get a grade in the class for Lost in Yonkers. Again, won't tell you who I play. But I had this one scene where I was yelling at somebody, and I got praise from everybody in the cast except the director because he was an asshole. But well, his problem is that I looked at the person full on. You see, so this is what he's saying, which is great when you're doing movies, when you're looking directly at the person, because they can move the camera to get into position to see what's needed. When you're doing film, you have to remember when you're doing fucking stage, you have to remember the fourth wall. This is fine to yell at somebody. So let's say the doctor is the person I'm yelling at. So I'm getting in his face and I'm giving him shit. This works great. But if the doctor's over here and I'm doing this, well, yeah. And my first realization that I hate the ellipsoidal. Because the ellipsoidal has this wonderful tendency to blind you. Now, if you have cataracts, the ellipsoidal is great because it will remove the cataracts. It'll probably burn your retina, but it's great that way. And I always like the Parcam better that we got to use for 3-point lighting in film. Because, yes, I took that. I took a lot of different courses. So you have, like, the 3 camera, you have the 3 lighting, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Now, the shooting, the talking heads, the full shot, and yeah. We get in all that shit, you know. But that's not what these are about, you see. I understand all of the je ne sais quoi and all of the wonderful terms about editing and acting, and due to my art talent, like I've talked about on the wall, I even did storyboards. So I actually did storyboards for some of these little indie film things from some people back in Houston. And some little thing called the night shift. Not that night shift. There was another night shift. It was, I don't know, about some dude who wanted to be a rapper and shit. He was having problems at school and he had a really shitty job. And so we had one friend cast as the main character of the night shift, and somebody... See, I wasn't acting in that one, so I couldn't really tell you what happened there. But I did the drawing, and then they once had me do a thing where I was walking around acting like... guy pretending to be a bum, but he's really making money on the side. Most like most of these SJWs do. Sleight of hand shit. Anyway, talking about the character I was playing, not anyone involved. And then one where I was playing a crazy person, where me and this other guy, there were like 3 of us, and one pretended to shoot one guy, I pretended to shoot another guy, and then someone shot at me because it was... I don't know, I thought it was to be a crazy thing, but it may have been a psychoticness. And then we did like a stupid-ass commercial for like medicine for helping with you from severe psychotic issues. And I was in a straitjacket and they wheeled me in all Hannibal Lecter style. And I proceeded to act crazy and tell them how wonderful the medicine was. I feel much better now! Shit like that, you know. Yeah, I know that's not actually acting there. I'm not really trying, and I haven't studied the craft in like forever. So get off my ass. So I'm not exactly being all Miss Adler with my acting and stuff here, because it's been forever since I studied acting, and this isn't acting. This is me talking to people on YouTube with my point of views.